What's up guys, Colson here, Colson Turf Fishing. Today we're going to be doing a walkthrough of my new baby, my new ride, my Hobie PA14. Let's get into this video. Alright guys, so what we're going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be starting at the very front of the kayak and working my way back. I'm just going to dive into every single feature, every single thing I've installed into this kayak. Now, one thing I want to mention before we dive in is that I actually bought this kayak secondhand, a steal of a deal. It actually came with an awesome trailer that's sitting over there. We'll definitely have a video on that, walking through the trailer setup I got. And I'm getting ready to do some saltwater fishing, so I felt like a bigger kayak would be nice for me. And it's got the pedal drive, which is really nice for when you're fighting those big fish, I've heard. It's one of those things, just kind of a necessity for a lot of saltwater anglers. Guys, but before we get completely dived in, I urge you to go check out Amped Outdoors lithium batteries, best batteries on the market. They actually are what's going to be powering this awesome kayak when I install a motor into it, and when I install all my lights so I can make it 100% legal, and it's going to be powering my GoPro and everything else. So go check out Amped Outdoors lithium batteries. It's going to be a bit more about them in the end of this video. Okay, y'all, starting out at the handle right here, we got a nice sturdy hand. This one right here has got these nice grooves, so you can pick it up because this is in fact a heavy kayak. I believe it comes in at 105 pounds, and it is 14 feet long. So that's not a small kayak. That's not exactly a little kayak. And for someone like me, who's not very big, I'm only 5'6", and this is not the easiest kayak to get around, so to speak. So I'm definitely going to be getting a cart, because this cart right here is already bending at its weight. Right here we got the Hobie A-Trail standing kit. Probably gonna uninstall this from here and maybe just sell it or something. And then right here we got a Hobie Ram ball mount. I don't know if I'm gonna mount anything right there. So as we keep going down, the gentleman that I bought this from obviously installed these pretty sick stickers over here. But he installed this trolley kit, which I actually really like, this anchor trolley kit. They're not even that expensive, but it's pretty nice. I did have the Navarre Kayak Fishing anchor stick mount, which I am considering installing right here. But this guy put this right here. He could have his anchor stick on here. The one thing I don't like about it is that it can go back and forth pretty freely. So I love the Navarre Kayak Fishing anchor stick mount. I'm probably gonna just put this right back on here, but for the time being, this is gonna stay on here. So right here, what I love about this kayak so much is that big, ginormous, spacious hull. What I love about this hull is I can fit all this stuff I want. I got a survival kit in here. I got rod holders. I got some big, tough line. I got my net, and I got my PFD. And you don't want this in here. Boom, you can just take it right out. And what I got right here is I got an Aqua battery and my fuse. It's running straight up into that fish finder right here. One great thing about Hobie kayaks is that they make it really easy to install your fish finder, your graph. It's very riggable for any electronic. I really like is in this Hobie mask kit, he installed a phone holder, which a lot of you guys may be thinking, oh, that's kind of stupid, why you need your phone on the water. Well, for someone like me, I like to film my adventures on the water. So what I did right here was I just simply went to actually a Walgreens and bought this battery backup charger just for the time being while I'm getting my battery installed here, which is my Amped Outdoors 100 amp hour battery. It's going to sit right here. It's going to be connected to my phone, and all the wires are going to be run down here for lights and charging ports and everything else. One thing, y'all, that I absolutely love about this kayak is I absolutely love these rod holders on the side. These rod holders are awesome. I can just shove all my rods in when I'm traveling, even though I got rod tubes on the trailer. Sometimes I don't want to load those and unload those and take off the reels and stuff, so I just simply shove them in here, line them over. This one actually doesn't have the holder, but this one right here, I'm getting ready to order another one of these on that side. But you shove the rods in there, latch this around the rods, and then boom, you got all your rods stored perfectly. One thing I forgot to mention, y'all, is that the gentleman that I bought this from got it fully rigged with a deck padding kit. But right here, as we move on, obviously, if you know Hobie, you know they have the infamous Mirage drive. All you gotta do is just simply pop this out, and then when you're ready to get your Mirage drive in, pop that in there. Like I said, that's gonna latch into these two right here, but I'm not high enough off the ground. So we're gonna get this Mirage drive out of the way. Keep moving down. We got this little strap right here to hold your forward and reverse cords so they're not everywhere and they don't get tangled in anything. There's something really cool that Hobie thought of. My dad has a Hobie Outback 2017. This is a Hobie PA 2017. And the Outback has a circular storage, which is cool, but I much prefer this rectangular storage. So you can store your phone right here. It's got a really cool locking mechanism. All you gotta do is twist this, and it does this right here. and it locks into place. But let's slide out this crate that I got some terminal tackle. But as you see, this wire running right here is actually my fish finder wire, because I had to run it through here and everything, and then it runs to my fish finder, which is right here, which I actually forgot to mention. Completely forgot to mention these sides along right here. These plates are really helpful, because you can drill them, you can put all different types of crud on there. I'm probably gonna install a track right here so I can put some Yak Attack attachments on there. But one thing I completely forgot about, it's a huge deal to me about the Hobies. They have this right here, these things with these little grommets in them, so you can install your wires. So I just had my wires running all through the kayak, and boom, it fits right here on the side. My wires are nice and tight, nothing everywhere causing any distraction. It's not like I have wires running everywhere, because I hate that, because I like having a clean, minimalist setup, and I cannot have a clean setup when I have wires everywhere. It just drives me crazy. One of my pet peeves. But yeah, that's right here, like I was talking about. Love this little storage hatch right here, huge deal to me. But as we keep moving down, we got some rudder control right here. These little teeth, I can't remember what they're called, like alligator, I can't remember at all. But I got my paddle stored pretty tightly, I apologize for that. But you just yank like this, and it'll go down, and then when you want it back up, this is up, I believe this is skeg. This is a skeg right here, which causes for better tracking. And then for the rudder just goes in like that, and then you pull it out when you want it to come back up. So fairly simple. Another thing right here is you got rudder tension. One thing I really like about this is just all the straps. You're gonna strap things down. There's a strap under here just so you can put some stuff under the seat. Strap right here. But then as we keep going down, y'all, we got the H-rail. One of the coolest things about this kayak, in my opinion. There's a lot of cool things about this kayak, but the H-rail is really unique. I like how long the H-rail is. I was considering getting the 2015 because it was just so much cheaper, but I believe the H-rail really starts right here, like ends right here. But I love H-rail along the whole kayak, so that was just a big deal to me. And then we got dual rudder steering. Another thing that's on this side and on that side too is we got these mesh pockets, which I really like about this kayak. It's easy storage. The gentleman who had this kayak before me had, and that he installed into here is an Anchor Wizard. Now I believe this is the original Anchor Wizard model, but he's got it run on this anchor trolley kit, starting right here, running all the way to the back with this anchor sheet right here. And I really like this. And I really like this mount he got right here. It kind of looks like One Objective. I think it may be One Objective. But he installed it onto some Yak Attack mounts. Yeah, I really like about the Hobie too is that you can shove your paddle right here. My paddle actually broke, so I had to duct tape it together. It's not completely broken. It's just the metal keeps kind of peeling out, and I keep cutting myself. So the paddle is now one piece paddle. But all you gotta do to get your paddle off is boom, like that. And then when you want to put it back, because I don't use my paddle much when I am on this kayak, it's flush mount rod holders right here. The Hobie Outback actually has more of them than this one. I don't know why there's so much water in there. I don't personally think I'm going to use these flush mounts so much because the kayak actually came with 2 rod holders that sit on either side that are much bigger, much deeper than this one right here. And one thing I forgot to mention is that there are scuppers all along this kayak that are pretty cool. And another thing right here is when I was running my wires for the fish finder, I had to drill a hole and install a Nuvuzi, which is a company that makes kayak gear and other gear, that had to install a Nuvuzi hull-through wiring kit, and I had to drill a hole in the kayak, unfortunately, because this one right here was all plugged up, which I don't know why. Maybe the previous owner plugged it for some reason, but that one was not allowing me to feed my wires through. But as we keep going down here, right here I have my homemade kayak crates that I can hold 6 rods in, and I just installed this right here, this GoPro holder, because I was not about to buy the Yak Attack one. I actually spray painted it, but it's kind of chipping off a bit in some areas. But I'll roll some video of the footage that I got from this GoPro mount I made right here. I actually took it out onto the Tennessee River and tried some fishing. Did not have much luck, only got one little black drum, but I mean, it's rough out there sometimes. It's just kind of, it was okay. Saw so many carp, it's not even funny, but no bass, unfortunately. But then what we got right here is this nice gigantic, I can probably fit like 4 of my hands right here. Some big area to hold onto your kayak to pull into the water, because this, like I said, this is not a small kayak. This is a 14-foot, 100 and something pound kayak. That's not a light kayak compared to my Bonafide, which was, I think it was 11'7" and 77 pounds, which is drastically smaller than this kayak. So right here, you can unscrew this. I thought this was to get into the back of the kayak where you can like mount something. This is actually for rudder tension and where the cables for the controlling the rudder and different stuff is. But right here, I do not think this is secondhand. I think this comes on the kayak. You got this little hatch. Let me see if I can open it. Oh man, it's hard. But I got some rods blocking it right now, but it's just kind of to get in there. I've actually put this little thing right here that blocks it, so nothing can get shoved down there at all, because I don't really ever use that because it's on the back of my kayak and I don't really need to. But like I said, inside this kayak crate, I'll show you this a little bit more. I actually made this. It's a DIY crate. It's actually the same type of crate that's holding up the kayak right now, but it just holds all the tackle I need. I actually think I have some saltwater tackle in there right now. I'll just open it up and show you guys. Another thing I really like is this latch on the side. I don't know if that comes on this kayak, but I like it if it's aftermarket. But right here we got just all my tackle that I use on an everyday basis from out. That's actually saltwater tackle in there. But then I have this Amped Outdoors battery shirt right here. And then something, y'all, that I want to talk about right here, which is indeed a loose carbon fiber, a chatterbait, spinnerbait, and really just all-around rod with that is a Trika rod. One thing, y'all, that I want to tell you about Trika is that they are without a doubt the best rods on the market. And I know that probably sounds like a bit of an overstatement, because a lot of you people I know are out there are Coogan Squad fans, Lose fans, which I still am a big Lose fan. I haven't bought any other reel but a Lose reel in quite a bit. The only non-Lose reels I have I bought a long time ago. So right here, this is a Trika 7'5" medium heavy action rod. You would not believe the sensitivity. It literally feels like I'm using live scope, or I'm just literally am the lure. That's what it feels like. I am the lure. I can feel every single little bit. But this rod comes in at $2.99, which is a steal of a deal for a rod of this price. This rod is better than some of the nicer Shimano rods, some of the nicer Duckets, some of the nicer G. Loomis, some of the nicer St. Croix. Yeah, it's better than St. Croix. It's better than St. Croix. I'm not trying to start any fights. This rod is incredible. I'll link them down in the description. You got to check them out. It's better than any other rod brand I've tried, and I've tried all of them. I'm just saying. Try out Trika. You will not be disappointed. But here we go, let's dive right back into the kayak setup. So as we keep going along, guys, I actually like to try to store my catch board in here. Here we got another flush mount rod holder. Back to the seat. Right here you got some cool features on the seat. So right here I'm gonna pull it up and down. All I gotta do is push forwards and go this way or this way, depending on how high I want it to be. And then right here I pull forwards like this, and I can pull it forwards. I can go backwards, or I can pull it forwards like this, but I'm not gonna sit like that. Obviously I don't want to break my back, so I usually like to have it pretty far back. Actually, I apologize, there's some things pushing up against it, so it's not really wanting to go back right now. But really adjustable. The seat is more comfortable than you'd ever believe. I had the Bonafide seat, really nice seat on that kayak. Actually, for the price, I found it pretty comfortable, but not near as nice as this seat, which, like I said, you're going to get what you pay for. I'm not comparing this, I'm not trash talking Bonafide. I love Bonafide. I will always love Bonafide, but this kayak is a lot higher end, and what you get for, so what you pay for, you will get, which is 100% true of this kayak. Man, I'm out of breath just talking about all the features of this. But right here you can lock your seat in. Like I said, awesome pouch on the back, which is something you're gonna have to buy aftermarket, unfortunately. But you can lock your seat in right here, and you can raise and lower it by just the pull of, where is it? Right here. By just pulling that right there. I'm not gonna pull it right now because it's actually kind of flippy, because I have it on some pretty better supports to keep it up. But you can pull it, and this will pull this back or forward, so you can be in the high or low position. But anyway, y'all, that is the setup, right? If you're interested in the fish finder I'm running, I am running a Lowrance Hook 2 4X, not the nicest fish finder on the market, but it gets the job done for me. If you're planning on going on a kayaking adventure and you need a battery to get the job done, Amped Outdoors has got you covered. Turns out it's not just good for running trolling motors. The other day I had someone's car battery die in front of my house, and this battery got the car started without even losing one bit of amperage. This battery is up to 70% lighter than any lead acid battery you can find. It's very low maintenance, and it charges faster than most batteries you'll find out there. I highly recommend you check out Amped Outdoors batteries. They don't just have big batteries like this one. You can find little batteries to run your fish finders, run lights. I'm going to be using this battery to run a trolling motor, lights, cameras, and more. This battery is a beast, and I highly recommend you check out Amped Outdoors. Link in the description, y'all. Let's get back to the video. But y'all, that is my new setup, my Hobie PA14, not the 360, Hobie PA14 180 2017 model. Now I'm going to have another video coming out comparing this kayak to 2017 Outback. But thank you so much for watching this episode of Close and Tail Fishing. Please like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next episode.